Good morning, Har-Ber High. Thank you for joining us. I'm Courtney Mansell.
And I'm Alexis. On today's show, we will spread information about Har-Ber's 2013 Lift-Up and fill you all in on how you can participate in NHS Fall Coat Drive. Plus, Haley will teach us how to make something new for this week.
Har-Ber's own choir had a very special night filled with Christmas music and candle lights. Also, we will be getting a look around school to see how other Wildcats feel about this season to be jolly.
Today is December 18, 2012.
And you're watching HBWN.
It's the end of the 2012 year, and it hasn't been snowing yet. Is this a blessing or a curse? Quentin asked our Wildcats to find out what they think about this warm weather.
Well, the holiday season is just around the corner. Har-Ber students are ready to take a break from school.
I'm just planning on staying home and hanging out with the family.
Play Black Ops 2 a lot.
And probably go down to Hot Springs, see my family.
I think me and my dad are going to go skiing, maybe a couple friends.
No one can predict the weather, but we still ask these guys what they wanted the winter season to be like.
I'm hoping for snow like everybody else, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Hope for snow so I can go sledding, winter sports.
White Christmas.
Oh, I want it to be snowy. It's nothing better than a white Christmas.
For HBWN, I'm Quentin Chastain.
Thank you, Quinn. I'm really looking forward to some snow this year.
Har-Ber's choir arranged a special night for their parents and friends. Candles were lit, music was played, and dinner was served. Cole was there to enjoy Har-Ber's Candlelight Dinner.
Everywhere around the world, the spirit of Christmas is evident. This brings no exception to Har-Ber. On November 30th, holiday music and bright lights lit up the cafeteria for the Candlelight Night. This annual fundraiser put on by the choir entertains people of all ages. Camerata, Bel Canto, and Lighthouse choirs served food and provided cheerful entertainment. With all the Christmas joy spread, it was undoubtedly a successful night. For HBWN, I'm Cole Brothers.
Thank you, Cole. What a great way to bring in the holidays.
Our National Honor Society is putting on their annual fundraiser. Here's how you guys can get involved. As the National Honor Society grows throughout the years, so do their traditions, one being the coat drive.
Of collecting coats during the beginning of the cool or cold season, usually right before Christmas, and we make those coats then available to various distribution centers around our city.
The coats that you donate will be dispersed throughout Northwest Arkansas to amazing organizations.
Through churches to individuals. Sometimes we've taken a few to Goodwill, but mostly to those agencies that dispense clothing for free.
Chase students benefit from this coat drive as well.
For everyone that's in NHS that donates, it counts for an hour towards their community service for this semester, so it's all around kind of a mutual benefit.
But at the end of the day, this coat drive is to benefit others.
Definitely goes towards benefiting the people that can't really afford what the rest of the students here can. So
make sure to donate those coats. For HBWN, I'm Alexis.
The work ethic that high school students portray has a wide variety. Whether they study for an hour or all night, it could really affect their future. Molly Lester gets us in the know of why and when it's important to study.
Don't be afraid to look stuff up if you need.
For many high school students today, college is the next step in the pursuit of a successful career, and these students are frantically keeping their grades up in order to impress their future educators. But are grades really that important to our future?
It's not just about grades anymore. It's about work ethic and being able to study, knowing how to study, knowing when to study and when not to study. So I think that study habits really set you apart from other people that might have the same grades or knowledge as you.
Grades may be important when applying to your college of choice, but teachers everywhere can testify to this fact. Work ethic carries much more long-term weight in secondary education than a few A's and a good ACT score.
It's imperative that you understand that you need to be able to get into the book, the other materials, and critically get from that what you need to be successful. So you need to have strategies on the front end. A good test, note-taking skills as far as what you're comfortable with pulling key ideas that you can read and are useful to you.
Scoring well on tests is great and will get you to your college of choice, but never underestimate the importance of studying and working hard because it's a difference maker in the real world. For HBWN, I'm Molly Lester.
Thank you, Molly. Hopefully this information will impact students and their future. In other news, Haley brings in a small touch of Christmas spirit with her very own DIY.
Today I'm going to show you something simple and fun to get you a little creative during the holidays. Cut a strip about 1/2 inch. Make sure all sides are even. Continue wrapping the strip around. You can make several more and you can do a lot of more creative things with them, such as confetti or snow, whatever you desire. This is what you will have, and then you will pinch the sides and you will get a 3D paper star. I hope you guys have a great holiday. For HBWN, I'm Haley Hendricks.
Thank you, Haley. That'll definitely bring a creative side out in everyone's Christmas tree.
Not all children get the privilege of getting everything they want for Christmas. Some children may not even get anything at all. Shop with a Cop is a fantastic way for cops to help the less unfortunate. And Hunter was there to give us all the details.
This past week, Springdale Police Department hosted their annual Shop with a Cop.
We're doing with the Santa Cop program, helping underprivileged children have a good Christmas.
Students from local schools were selected by counselors to participate in this special event.
We got a phone call the other day and saying that from the Springdale Police Department saying that we got picked for Shop with the Cops. So that's what we're here doing today.
About 150 students got to experience shopping with a cop.
We got to spend the cops spent $100 on us for the clothes. So we got a bunch of clothes. They got to sell some gloves. We did $25 on the toys. They went crazy down that aisle. But they had a lot of fun.
Students got to make their Christmas wish list come true.
We take them around. Most of them have a Christmas wish list, and we help them pick out toys and clothing so they can have gifts to open on Christmas morning.
Christmas spirit was spread through the town thanks to the Springdale Police Department.
I am the chairperson for our Benevolent Fund, and we help raise money. A portion of all of our fundraisers goes towards Santa Cop.
I don't ever remember being a kid getting, going with the cop and shopping around Walmart and getting whatever I wanted.
For HBWN, I'm Ricky Payne.
Cool. Thank you, Hunter. It truly is a blessing that we have a community that comes together for kids.
Did you guys know that we have a new district television program? Let's go to Sabrina to see what's on this week's show.
I'm Andrew Onstead, and today we're here to blow up a turkey. That's right. SPS TV is a class of advanced students in the video production world for senior students. I am now able to create what I like to do, which is make the action sport videos. And with that, you know, being what I like to do, I'm able to make those videos and then publish them on Channel 219.
I get to meet new people, work with new people. Mr. Jones has helped me a lot as a producer. I've had many experiences with that, as I said, and I've also worked with many professionals. I've made connections with people that I normally wouldn't have met through SBS TV.
We are the ones that fall, they try to beat the sun. We are the ones that fall, Lord, my life is done.
At SPS TV, you never know what Mr. Jones is gonna go tell you. Go shoot this, go interview this person at this school. You never know what's gonna come out, so that's exciting.
I would recommend joining SPS TV because it's good opportunity. There's a lot of good opportunities with it, and you learn new things. You think you know a lot of stuff until you come here and then you learn new things.
Look, Dad, I made a film.
Thanks, Sabrina. I look forward to watching the new show.
Me too. College football is coming to a close. Here's WCSN to give you their thoughts on BCS.
Good morning, Wildcats, and welcome to a very special WCSN showing. This is Eddie Chiam, and I'm joined by Matt Bowen and Josh Smith. Today we'll be talking about the BCS Bowls, from the Orange Bowl to the BCS National Championship. Let's start off with the FedEx Orange Bowl, which will be played on New Year's Day at 8:30 on ESPN. So Matt, let's start with you. Who do you think will win the 2013 Orange Bowl, which features FSU and NIU?
I think Florida State is going to win this game big. Northern Illinois, they know they don't deserve to be there, but they're going to get tired of hearing it. So, I mean, it could be close, but at the end of the day, the athletes of Florida State wins this game big.
Prediction?
Florida State by at least 17.
17? Big talk. What about you, Josh? Who do you think will win this bowl?
And I feel the same way as Matt does. I just feel FSU has too many athletes on both sides of the ball, and I think E.J. Manuel's going to have a really big game against Northern Illinois' defense. So I'm thinking that FSU is going to have a pretty big game and probably win by at least 20 points.
20 points. I'm going to have to agree with you guys. NIU doesn't belong in this bowl. I don't know if they necessarily agree with you, Matt, with them not thinking they deserve to be there. I'm sure they think they deserve to be there. But the one loss in the season was to Iowa, a terrible Iowa team. And they almost lost to Kent State, and they're in the MAC. Let's be real here, the MAC. The MAC is terrible. No one even knows what the MAC is. So I predict that FSU will win by at least 25 points. Anyways, switching now to the Rose Bowl, which features Wisconsin versus Stanford. Who do you think will win, Josh?
I believe Wisconsin is going to be inspired and play really good football since they lost their coach to Arkansas, Brett Bielema. And I think their run game is going to be too much for Stanford to handle. And Wisconsin had a big game in the Big Ten Championship against Nebraska, putting up 70 points on them. So I believe it's going to be a really tight game to the finish, but I think Wisconsin's going to pull it out.
Wisconsin. What's your score prediction?
I think it's going to be by a field goal, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. What about you, Josh? Who do you got in this Rose Bowl game?
Well, Eddie, my name's Matt, for one thing. But both of these teams play the same physical ball. Run first, play defense. But I'm going to go with Stanford. I think just because Wisconsin lost their head coach, just because they lost their head coach, I think Stanford wins by at least 10.
All right. I was kind of mixed about this game. I mean, Josh, you got me convinced, and you also got me convinced, but Stanford, I have to go with Stanford. I mean, they beat a very good Oregon team, the only team to beat Oregon, and they also beat them at Oregon, which is a very big deal, and they only allowed Oregon to score 10 points against them, so I think that's a very key. The defense is going to win them this game. Stanford is going to win this game by defense, but if they don't play a very good defense early on in the game, I think Monty Ball would just run all over them. But now switching up to, hold on here a second, the Fiesta Bowl, which features two of the best offenses in the country. Quarterback Colin Klein and the Kansas State Wildcats will battle against the Ducks of Oregon at Glendale, Arizona, which will be played on January 3rd on ESPN. Matt, who do you got in this game and why?
Speed kills. I don't think Kansas State can keep up with Oregon. So Oregon wins by at least a field goal. I think this could be close.
I agree. It could be very close. What about you?
I feel like it's going to be a pretty good game down to the wire, just like the Rose Bowl. But I think Oregon, like Matt said, speed kills. Kansas State is kind of a slower team out of the Big 12. So I think it'll be a close game. Colin Klein will have a big game, but I just think Oregon's offensive speed is just going to be too much. So I've got Oregon by 7 points.
7 points. I'm going to have to disagree with you guys. I'm going to go with KSU, the Wildcats. Bill Snyder coming back with the Wildcats not too long ago. He's just a terrific coach, and he's brought this team back to where they belong. And they were number one for, I think it was 2 weeks before they got absolutely demolished by Baylor. But that game, I think, was a fluke. You guys don't have to believe me, but it was a fluke. I believe that they are going to beat this Oregon Duck team, and it's going to be a very high game. I think they're both going to be up in the 40s, and it's going to be a very close game, though. I have Kansas State by about, let's just go by 3 points, a field goal. Let's switch now to the Sugar Bowl, which will be played on January 2nd on ESPN, which features Florida versus Louisville. Now, Josh, you have Louisville winning this game. I'm not convinced. He's not convinced. Try to convince us.
This is going to be my upset pick, obviously. Florida's a big power team coming out of the SEC. They've had a great, tremendous year. They have a really good defense and a pretty powerful offense, but I just think Louisville is going to have a little bit of momentum coming this game. They've had a couple questionable losses, but I think their quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater, and their coach, Charlie Strong, are going to be able to come up with some good schemes and everything to somehow knock off the Florida Gators. So that's going to be my upset pick, and I'm probably going to go with Louisville by 3 points in a close one.
What about you, Matt?
Louisville plays in the Big East. They haven't seen anyone out of the SEC like the Florida Gators. Florida has, in my opinion, the best defense in the nation. Better than Notre Dame, better than Alabama. Florida's going to win this big, and I mean really big, maybe 30.
Wow.
Score prediction?
By 30.
By 30.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm going to go with Florida also, but we all remember Florida almost choked to Louisiana Lafayette. They almost lost.
Seems good.
No, Sun Belt. That's enough said. The Sun Belt is not good. I'm sorry. Arkansas lost to the Sun Belt team. The SEC has been terrific this year, but there have been a lot of questionable things about the big teams. I'm going to have to go with Florida in this game, but I'm questioning which Florida team will be there. If the Florida team that demolished South Carolina and beat LSU, or the team that almost choked to Louisiana Lafayette.
They're going to be inspired to be there. They're going to prove something.
A punt block is what won them the game. I mean, if that doesn't happen, we're going to overtime.
The good teams find a way to win.
We'll see. I mean, I have Florida too, but I wouldn't be surprised if they lost. Now the very biggest game that we've all been waiting for, the BCS National Championship, which would be played January 7th at 8:30 on ESPN. Now, Alabama versus Notre Dame, two of the best defenses in the country. But who do you have in this game, Josh?
Well, I think Notre Dame has had a very respectable season. They've had the best season, I think, they've had in over 30 years. They have a great offense, and they have a great defense led by Manti Te'o. But I think Alabama's going to be too much in this game. Coming from the SEC, they've got a very great offensive line that I think is just going to plow right through Notre Dame. They've got a great running back in Eddie Lacy, and they have the experience. They've been there before, and I just think Notre Dame's not going to be able to handle it. So I've got Alabama winning probably. It'll be close, but not too close. It'll be about a 14-point game.
What about you, Matt? Who do you have in this game?
If Everett Golston gets out of the pocket, Alabama could be in trouble. They were in trouble when Johnny Football went in there. But I don't think that happens. Given Nick Saban 6 weeks to prepare, it's tough to beat Nick Saban. So I like Alabama. Alabama gets back-to-back, and I like them by 10.
Wow, I would have to agree with both of them, but let's be real here. Everett Golston is not Johnny Football. I have Alabama by about 20 points. I really favor them, and I really think they will win this game by a really huge margin because Notre Dame has no offense. They don't, what is offense at Notre Dame? They have only been winning by defense. And their defense is terrific, but Alabama's offense is terrific. They have 2 running backs in TJ Yeldon and Eddie Lacy, and a quarterback that makes smart decisions and he doesn't turn the ball over. In order for Notre Dame to win this game, they would need at least 3 turnovers, I think, and they would need Alabama to not cause any turnovers on their part. And I just think that Alabama is just too much, and they will repeat as BCS national champions. So, any final thoughts, guys, before we close this up?
I'm just ready for a great couple weeks of bowls, ready to watch some football, ready to go home for Christmas and just have fun with the family.
Yeah, man. What about you, Matt? Nothing? You
Nothing,
good?
just ready for some football.
Yeah, man. We're all ready for some football. Well, you guys have a great Christmas break, and we'll see you next semester.
I really hope Alabama wins. Thank you, guys.
Okay, everybody, there's a rumor going around. The time is ticking down to the end of the world. What is supposed to happen and who said it was going to? Cole Brothers did a little research and is here to fill us in.
When anything about the end of the world surfaces, almost everyone around the world is quick to push it off. But to those who believe and may be preparing for a doomsday, the idea of supervolcanoes, polar shifts, and black holes are very real and serious ideas. Because of the turmoil that has surrounded the world about December 21st, 2012, NASA scientists have conducted very thorough research. Their verdict was an overwhelming conclusion that the 21st will be nothing more than a normal winter solstice. Despite the research, many out there refute the idea of safety and are taking all precautions necessary. With the popular new show Doomsday Preppers and numerous internet websites popping up informing citizens of the alleged threat, there is no doubt that the end of the Mayan calendar has everyone on edge. Regardless if you believe it or not, December 21st, 2012 will be an interesting day for everyone. For HBWN, I'm Cole Brothers.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
I, for one, don't believe in the end of the world.
East is putting on a special performance that has to do with the entire school. Lip-dubs are performed all over America, and now Har-Ber is taking part of it. I personally did some research, and here's what I found out. This year, Har-Ber High is participating in its first annual lip-dub. Kendall Wood, project leader, is one of the students heading up the operation.
The lip-dub is going to be on Friday, January the 11th. It's going to run like activity schedule.
East is searching for talent and students to be the main actors and actresses.
We need actors and actresses, and if you'd like to be a part of it, contact me or Alexis Arenas or Miss Lamon D209.
The fine details are still being worked out, but one thing is for sure.
It's going to be really fun. We're going to have a balloon drop, confetti, people dancing, singing.
Students come out and participate for Har-Ber's first lip dub. With HBWN, I'm Courtney Mansell. It sure does seem like an amazing way to start off the new year.
Well, that's all we have for this week. Be sure to check out our WeTV show by going to Springdale Public Schools TV YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in and have a blessed Christmas break. For HBWN, I'm Alexis Arenas.
And I'm Courtney Mansell. Stay classy, Har-Ber.